بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. My name is Naif Al-Bazri and I am going to present design project presentation, which is a structural design of residential compound in Dammam city. First of all, what does compound mean? Simply, it is a group of housing units surrounded by a private fence, and it has some integrated services such as a clinic, mini market, gymnasium, etc. Our goal of this project is to invest or find investors by designing this residential compound. And actually finding an investor, it is one of the design concentrates. The land area is 78,000 meters square, and our residential compound targeting anyone who wants a high quality residence with integrated services. And all the structures will be designed as reinforced concrete structures. In the scope of work, as per GUC regulations, every member has to be a leader. And we set in our scope of work that the distribution of tasks between members will be done by the leader, and every member has the leadership for 3 weeks. Also, every task has a deadline set by the leader. Collecting information, prepare a 3D model of residential building, and we did prepare a 3D structural model for the residential building, and there is an architectural 3D model for the residential building. And we will analyze and design by using the methodology of strength design method, and we will use ACI and SPC code. We will design the residential building only because of the time constraint. There is so many units in the compound, but we will design only the residential building. We will design the residential building as a reinforced concrete structure. Project location. Why did we choose this location? Actually, it is, we can say it is nearly at the center of so many companies. For example, Aramco companies nearby, and some other companies in Jubail Road, they are nearby this land. And we think that our clients will be from these companies. So we did choose this company. We did choose this land. Compound components. What does the compound has? It has the residential building, which we will design. It is 44 units. It has masjid, gymnasium, clinic, general library, green areas, safety and security room, road, and parkings. Project site data, it is provided by Al-Ka'bi Soil and Material Testing Company. They propose 3 different types of foundation: isolated footings with rigid tie beams, strip foundation, mat, or raft foundation. Depending on the calculation design of project 2, we will decide, after knowing how much load do we have, we will decide which foundation is best to choose between these foundations. Also, we visited the land, and one of the great things about this land is there is a nearby mall, and it is one of the reasons why did we choose this land. But the problem with the nearby mall, it has an obstruction in the middle between the land and the West Avenue Mall. And we find a solution for this problem. The nearby mall is West Avenue Mall, and in order to solve this problem, in steel design course, we designed a pedestrian bridge to connect the residential compound by the West Avenue Mall. What does the West Avenue Mall? It includes supermarkets, shopping centers, restaurants, cafes, entertaining facilities. And in order to raise the quality of integrated services in the compound, we connected it with the pedestrian bridge. At this point, I would like to let my colleague speak, and thank you for your attention.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My name is Abdullah Ammari. I will continue the presentation from here. Here is examples of residential compounds in Saudi Arabia. There is a Nakhla residential compound in Riyadh, also Tujan compound in Riyadh, and Rita residential compound in Khobar city, and Index residential compound in Jubail industrial city. This is the Tujan compounds in Riyadh, and this is Rita residential compound in Khobar city, and this is Index residential compound in Jubail industrial city. The methodology. In our design, we will use the strength design method. It's also known as ultimate stress design. We use strength design method because it's produce more economical structures and utilizes the high strength of steel, and also it uses a more realistic consideration of safety. With this method, the working dead and live load multiplied by certain load factors. It's known as also as factors of load. Structural component: slabs and beams and columns and foundations. This is the structural 3D model. The slabs. If the long side is 2 or more times long short side, the slab will be one-way slab. If it's no, then it will be it will be a two-way slab. In our project, we have 38 slabs. 29 of them are two-way slabs, and 9 of them are one-way slab. The beams. Beams are used to support the slabs and to transfer the load to the columns. Thank you for your attention.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Al Thani, and now I'm going to talk about the structure component that will take the load after the beam, which is column. Columns are a compression member that transform the loads of beams vertically through compression to the foundation of the structure. And there is different types of columns. It's based on the types of reinforcement, type of loading, and based on the slenderness ratio, and based on the shape. Staircase 3D model. Staircase slab has one-way deflection, but it is on the longer side due to the supporting system. Each story has 22 steps of 300 mm tread and 150 mm rise. Foundation are members that transfer the load from a column to the soil of the land. In the provided site data, there is 3 different types of foundation. Foundation type will be decided in Design Project 2 after the load calculations. And the 3 possible types of foundation that will be constructed in our design is isolated foundation with rigid tie beams. Isolated footing is used to carry and separate the concentrated load caused by column. It consists either of reinforced or non-reinforced steel, and strip footing or wall footing, which will separate the load along the wall, and mat foundation. It is a continuous slab resting on the soil extend over the entire footprint of the building to support and transfer the load to the ground. And the design of foundation, like the depth it depends on the shear that will apply on the foundation, and the steel that we will provide it in the foundation will depend on the bending moment. And here my friends Asmi and Yazid will continue explain about the plans of our design. Thank you.
Alaikum, this is Abdullah Al-Asmi. I am going to continue the presentation. We have 4 plans: architectural plans, finishing plans, structural plans, and staircase plans. Site plan, or we can call it plot plan, is a type of drawing used by architects, landscape architects, urban planners, and engineers, which show existing and proposed conditions for a given area, typically a parcel of land which is to be modified. Sites plan typically show buildings, roads, sidewalks, and paths, also parking, water lines, lighting, and landscaping and garden elements, and so on. Ground floor plan. Floor plan we can define it as scale drawing that show the relationship between rooms, space, and physical features viewed from above. They provide a way to visual how people will move through the space, as we see in the plan. First floor plan we can define it as scale diagram of a room or suite of rooms viewed from above and used especially for planning effective use and arrangement of furnishings. Looking at the builder's floor plan. Annex floor plan, as we see in the plan, associated with the main home. Finishing plans, ground floor. The finishing plans are available for each story. It provides the details of doors and windows. Like the plan, we can see the letters in many kind of colors. First floor finishing plan and annex floor finishing plan. Also, we can see the details with the letters with numbers. Door schedule, we can see many type of materials and detail and width and height. Door details, we can see the details with the letters of doors. Some doors with the glass, some doors with metal. Windows schedule, we can see in the schedule type of using of window: opening, sliding, fixed. Fixed windows usually used in the room of staircase. Windows details, also you can see fixed windows, sliding windows, and casement windows. Structural plans and ground floor. We can see details of the structural plans clearly here. First floor structural plans, also we can see the details of first floor structural plan. Annex floor structural plan, also we can see the details, and it's very important to draw details for everything. Staircase plan, we can see the side view of staircase plan with the height and with the dimensions.
Assalamu alaikum, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Yazid Ubaidullah and I will continue the presentation. Here we will talk about the 3D perspectives of one of the residential units that we will construct. Here what we see now is a separate villas. There are many types of residential units that could be used in a compound, but we choose to make separate villas because it will be the most suitable for our project. And we will the separate villas, it's a separate unit which has its own private garden, a special gateway, and gates surrounding it. Separate villa usually consists of 1 to 3 floors, and that's what we will see now in the pictures. So we will start with the exterior 3D perspectives now. Here are one of the separate villas that we will construct. As we see, it has from 1 to 3 floors usually. And a special gateway. Here we will move to the interior 3D perspectives. As we see, it has its own garden, swimming pool, and here is the guest room, the dining room, the living room, bedroom, the bathroom. And now we will move to the design constraints. There are many design constraints, but we will talk about the time first. The design limited to 18 weeks, therefore only the residential structure will be designed. In a compound, there are many requirements that we should consider, but due to the limited time, we only interested in the residential structures, and we will only design the residential structures due to the limited time, which is only 18 weeks. Secondly, we have knowledge. Our knowledge of designing is limited. For example, we don't know how to design matte foundation, which is a type of the shallow foundation. What we mean here is that our knowledge is limited to what we studied until now, and our limited research that we made in the RCC book and other many resources that we search for this project. And thirdly, we have the cost. This project needs investors to fund the project, of course. And we have the conclusion. In conclusion, we sincerely appreciate your attention, and we hope that the presentation was better than expectations. And thank you.